As we know, students were uploaded to specialist classes in broad grade bands. So, for example, this is a first grade music class. It includes every first grade student at Mount View. However, at Mount View, we have two music teachers, and one of them teaches a couple of the classes, and the other one teaches the remaining two classes. So, this video is just giving some tips for specialists about how to keep your students and your assignments straight. So you'll notice the first thing that I did is to assign an icon to each student to show which class they are in. Now, how I did that is a different video, which I will also make. But for now, you can see that this student is in a class called the orcas. This student is in a class called the whales. Here we have a shark, another orca, and down here the dolphins. So we have our four classes. And these are just a quick visual that makes it easy to see which class the students are in. The next thing that I need to do is create a folder. So I'm going to click here. You can see I've already made a few, but just to show you, I will click Manage Folder, create a folder, and then I'll select a new color to differentiate it. And I'll call this Niffin2 because I already made one. So you can see there it is. So I have my folders, and the two that I'm actually going to use are the names for my our two music teachers. So now I'm ready to assign an activity. So I'm going to come to my activities tab, and I'm in this scenario going to pretend I'm Mr. Schultz. So I'm going to go ahead and add. I'm in my account as Mr. Schultz, and I'm just going to choose a random activity to add. Oh, let's say this one. So I'm going to assign it, and here's where you can see the problem. So right now, this is being assigned to all 75 first grade students, but I don't teach as Mr. Schultz. I don't teach all 75. So I'm going to uncheck that and click on Edit Students. I'm going to uncheck all students again. And let's say that in this case, I just want to assign this work to the sharks and the whales because those are the only two classes that I teach. So then it's really easy for me to just go down, select the sharks and the whales, and be done. Unfortunately, I have not found a way to do it any faster than this. This is what you have to do for every assignment, but hopefully those visuals will make it a little quicker. Now, I don't actually want to assign anything to the sharks and the whales because school hasn't started and that is not a music assignment, and I'm not actually Mr. Schultz. So I'm only going to assign it to my sample student who's actually my daughter. Now, the other thing I want to do is click on folders, and I want all of these assignments to go into my folder. So I'm going to click Schultz, and now I am ready. So now you can see it's just going to one student. Of course, if you were assigning it to two classes, you'd have more students, and it's just going to my one folder. So I will assign it. And now as I've actually gone into my daughter's account and completed some of the activities and sent them back for approval. So now I'm going to show you what that looks like. So now I'm going to go to this folders. Again, I'm going to go into my folder, and you can see I can see only the assignments that I assigned. So I can go ahead and review them and approve them or not approve them as any teacher would. So I'll X that out. Now, if I go into Miss Lambuco's folder, you can see I had previously made some activities under her name. You can see I have an assignment that was put in her folder. So this is the way that teachers can differentiate in between their classes.